Hey guys, happy Saturday. It's Joe, and it's time for a pocket with Joe. Now, we have tons of action on the ice, 12 games on the ice today. And what we're going to do is we're going to break down these first four for you guys because these games are kicking off in the next 15 minutes here. So I want to make sure you guys got these early games because I do think there is money to be made on them. I will be coming back after with those last 8 games. So I will be back. Good morning, Joe. I hope you are having a wonderful start to your day. Thanks for joining me here. Okay, let's look at my voice this morning. I was yelling last night at the TV. Let's look at the first matchup here between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Buffalo Sabres. Now the Lightning rolling in here. Excuse me, let me have a sip of water. Okay, the Lightning are rolling in here as the favorite. They have lost their last 3. They took that game to overtime versus the Penguins, but were not able to get the win. That was a 5-4. And we look at the Buffalo Sabres here. They got absolutely destroyed by the Boston Bruins in their last game out, allowing 7 goals by the Boston Bruins, who were off a road trip. Buffalo not even able to keep that one tight, only scoring 1 in that. So we have Greg Anderson expected in goal for the Buffalo Sabres and Vasilevsky here for the Tampa Bay Lightning. I do think with Tampa coming into this, we're going to see them really fighting and digging deep. This team cannot lose another one. They're sitting 3rd in the Atlantic, and the Buffalo Sabres are sitting 4th in the Atlantic. Now, last time these teams played, we had a high-scoring affair back on February 23rd with a 6-5 win here for the Buffalo Sabres. And I do think this is another high-scoring one. I'm going to take the total over 7. I'm going to take that first period over if you can find lower juice, but I do like both teams to score. I think taking both teams to score here, and I'm just going to pull up what the current odds are on both teams to score in that first period. Because I do think it is a nice way to go. Buffalo was way too limited in that game versus Boston, and the Lightning are going to be digging deep. We know we've got good goaltending, but I still think both teams to score at +128 definitely has the value here. Yeah, that over 1.5 in the first period. 2 juiced here at -182. But if you like another game for that first period over, you definitely could look at that as well. Good morning. The Knights game was amazing. It was absolutely an incredible game. I was yelling about that game. You know, I really liked what I saw out of both of those teams in that one. Good morning to everyone. Let's make some freaking money, Mike. You got the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Islander boys parlayed for your slate. I like the Islanders today as well. So I think that is great. And you are so very welcome. I want to thank you guys for being here each and every day. So in this one, if you can get it right now, I also love Braden Point for his points tonight. Braden points, it's the mouthful, coming in at over 2.5. No, that was over a half. It's -160. You want to take him for, if you can get him over, his over assists, I do like. His over assists is 0.5. Over 0.5 at +114. Braden Point for a goal score tonight is +118. I do think he gets a couple points in this one. We look at him in the last matchup. So if you can take him over 1.5 points, I love it. He got 4 points in the last game versus the Buffalo Sabres. And I do think this is a high scoring affair. We can count on him for a goal. We can count on him for an assist here. And this game over, that total of 7. I know it's high, you guys, but it's going over. We have the Detroit Red Wings and the New York Islanders also kicking off at the bottom of the hour here now. Sorokin and Hellberg in goal for these two teams. The Islanders coming in here strong at home, 31-25, 3-5 on the season, 18-11, 1-2 at home. The Red Wings have lost their last 4 games, and this team is absolutely struggling. They're giving up way too many goals. Now, we don't think of the Islanders as a really explosive offensive team. I know, averaging only that 2.88, but I do think this is a explosive offensive game for the Islanders in this one. Hellberg is not a solid goalie, guys. And like I said, Detroit, their defense is just allowing these goals to come in. They're allowing these shots to come in on them, allowing that 30.9. They're sitting 7th in the Atlantic right now, and the Islanders are sitting 5th in the Metro. The last time these teams played, it was a 2-0 win for the Islanders. I'm going to take the Islanders in regulation. I do expect them probably to cover this puck line in it. Detroit, they've been falling flat on their faces. They also fall on their faces in New York, going 0-6 in the last 6 meetings in New York. So give me the Islanders in regulation. You're getting that at -130 here. Now, this game does trend to the over in New York, going at 12-4. I'm going to stay off this total. Just depends what kind of game we see out of the New York Islanders, how many goals they really want to put up. You have not missed the Rangers. We're going to get right on to that. Islanders team total at 4 at -110. Yeah, without Husso in net, they definitely have the edge in this one. And Husso is listed as out for unknown reasons, so not sure what is going on with Husso, but something to note there. Let's get on to this New York Rangers game. Big shout out. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. The New York Rangers, now they're facing the Boston Bruins, and now we know the New York Rangers are coming off that loss to the Ottawa Senators. That was a 5-3 loss. They should not have lost that game. This team is so much stronger than what we saw out of them in that last game. They're sitting 3rd in the Metro. And we have the Boston Bruins. We know it's Boston. They're sitting 1st in the Atlantic. Now, I really don't want to step in front of the Boston Bruins here, so I'm not going to do it. We've got Igor Shesterkin and Omar in goal for these teams. Last time these teams played, we saw a lower scoring one with the Boston Bruins getting a 3-1 win back in January. Now, the Rangers have really struggled versus the Boston Bruins, going 5-12 in the last 17 meetings. I expect more out of the Rangers. I can see them getting the upset here. We look at Boston. They went on a extended road trip, or it was 4 games on the road. They came back. They absolutely blew out the Buffalo Sabres. They play today. They don't have a game for a couple days, and neither do the New York Rangers. I think both of their games are later in the week. They're not playing the rest of the weekend. I can see the Rangers pulling things together here, but do I really want to step in front of the Boston Bruins? I don't. I think this Bruins team is absolutely phenomenal right now. I think the best way is to look at the under between these two teams, no matter which way you think this one is going to go. Between Igor and Omar and the defenses that we're seeing on the ice, I really do think this is a game where we see a lower scoring one. Now, the under has gone 11-4 in the last 15 meetings between these two, and in Boston, 8-3 in those last 11. Now, if the Rangers can walk out of here with a win over Boston, man, I tell you, it will be absolutely incredible to see. Ideally, I would love to see it. I love what we're seeing out of this Rangers team, but I don't think they can get it done. So I think this is a Bruins game. Finding value on the Bruins here, you could look at the Bruins in regulation. I also could see this one being a low-scoring 2-2 game going into OT. I think this might be worth a sprinkle. Going into overtime, I think we could see that hit. I like the Bruins and the under 7.5. And if this one does go to overtime, I definitely give the edge to the Boston Bruins. I don't think the Rangers would take it in overtime, but it's going to be an absolutely fantastic game. And yeah, the Rangers should put up a fight in this one. Now, the Rangers plus 1.5, I wish we were getting some value. There's no value on the Rangers plus 1.5, so I can't even find that. Kev, happy Saturday to you too. Let's just look at one thing here for the New York Rangers. I'm just interested in seeing what that first period is, because I think that first period stays under the total of 1.5. Total goals in the first period under 1.5 is coming in at -110. I do think that is a solid way to go. And we know what Boston just did and how many goals they've been putting up. We know the New York Rangers are able to put up these goals, but I do think this is one where we look at goaltending. So Igor Shesterkin's coming in with a number of 27.5 for his save shots on goal. Omar's coming in at 26.5 for his save shots on goal. We know both of these teams' defenses are really solid, limiting their opponents, holding them both under 30 shots on goal per game. So with the Rangers, you got the Rangers holding opponents to 29.2 and the Boston Bruins 29.7. both these teams going over that number. I do think we're going to see these offenses getting these shots today. I don't think, like, while this is a defensive game, I don't think this is one that is limited in those shots as well. So I would look at both of these goalies to go over their save shots on goal based on which way you like this game to fall. Which goalie do I have more trust in? Omark, absolutely. So taking him over the 28.5, I believe Omark is at. Omark is coming, 26.5 save shots on goal here for Omark in net for the Boston Bruins. And I do think that is a solid way to go. This game is absolutely going to be amazing. The under, yeah, I think we got to hit this one under. It is scary to hit an under with the offensive firepowering that we have out of both of these teams, but Drew, good luck to your Rangers. Like I said, if they can go into Boston and get this win. And that's why I'm not really confident in taking the Bruins in regulation. I do think this one probably goes to overtime. I do think the Rangers have the ability to keep this one really tight. Let's get this under money, you guys. We've got one more game here. You're going to take the Lightning, laying the 1.5. I could see the Lightning coming out and getting a nice win. I think that is a game where you hit those totals over as well. Let's look at the last game we're going to talk this morning. Like I said, you guys, just going over these first 4 day games. This next one is at 3:30 Eastern with the Colorado Avalanche taking on the Dallas Stars. Give me the Avs all day, twice today on Saturday. I think the Avs come out and get a nice big win over the Dallas Stars. Now, we've got a battle of the Central here. We know the Avs are sitting 3rd in the Central and the Dallas Stars sitting 1st in the Central, but I think overall, the Avs are the better team. They're off that loss to the Devils. Thank God we rode the Devils in that one, breaking their win streak. But in this situation, getting here on the road versus the Dallas Stars, this game screams to me Colorado. -111 here on the money line. And we've got Cale Makar back in the lineup. Nathan McKinnon is playing absolutely phenomenal hockey right now. This is their first leg of a back-to-back. So they play the Seattle Kraken tomorrow. Seattle's in the Pacific. We've got a divisional battle here. I'm not worried about any kind of look ahead. This is a game where they're going to come out and want to beat the Dallas Stars. Now, the last time these teams faced up, we did see the Colorado Avalanche get the win. It was a 4-1 win back in November for the Avs, and I expect a very similar game here. I'm not sure if they'll win 4-1, but I think this is a minimum of 3-2 game to keep us under, or maximum 3-2 game to keep us under that total. I don't see this one going over the number of 6. And now I hate to take all of these unders today. It's giving me an absolutely heart attack. I swear it's painful to take unders in these games. We know how strong these teams are, but you guys, we gotta look. These teams are preparing for playoff hockey. We're starting to see the defenses really pick up. We're starting to see the goaltenders be able to get things done. And with Cale Makar back in the lineup for Colorado, I'm looking at him for his block shots on goal, his ability to slow down the Dallas Stars, who do average 3.24 goals per game and 32.5 shots on goal. But we have Colorado coming in here defensively, only allowing that 2.73 and 32.2 shots on goal, and Dallas allowing that 2.58 and 30.8 shots on goal. So the shots are coming. We're going to see good goaltending, and this is another one. We absolutely could see overtime between these two. I wouldn't be shocked. 2-2 game going into OT. I definitely could see it. And I think the under 6 is such a solid play in this one, riding with that. You're going to take the Avs on the money line in Ottawa over 2.5 goals. It's plus money. That is a beautiful bet. Ottawa definitely should get over 2.5 goals today. You played the under on the Avs and the Stars. I love it, Stevie. I'm right there with you on that under 6. We got nice trends to the under too. The last 4 meetings in Dallas have hit that under. And the last 5 meetings overall have hit that under too. Georgie in goal and Makar back. You are so right. We got to ride Benji with the Avs on the money line. You're going over a 5.5 in the Bruins and the Rangers. This game's going to be a shootout. Oh, Joe, good luck with that game. It's going to be absolutely incredible, you guys. So those are the 4 games on the ice. I'll do just a quick recap here. these games kicking off right away. So if you want to get a bet in quickly on the Tampa Bay Lightning, I love the first period over 1.5. If we see no goals in those first 5 minutes, still hit that over 1.5, you guys, because that juice will come down. At minus 182, we can't hit it right now. Both teams to score, we're getting plus money. I believe it was plus 110 for both teams to score in the first period. I absolutely think both the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Buffalo Sabres will score in the first period. I like Braden Point over on his points. If you can take him over 1.5 points today, he had 4 points in the last game versus the Buffalo Sabres. And I also like the over in the full game. Now, side-wise, the Lightning have struggled in Buffalo, so I'm not willing to jump on a side here. This is the first game of a back-to-back for the Lightning. They need this win bad. They cannot lose this game. But Buffalo, sitting kind of in the same position, this team not giving up. Just give me the goals in this one. The Detroit Red Wings and the New York Islanders. You guys, the Islanders at home should be able to get a nice big win here, but I'm going to look at them just in regulation. I'm going to grab the minus 130 in regulation. Detroit's just giving up way too many goals for me to have any faith in the Detroit Red Wings as of late. Now, another way to look at this would be to look at that total, but if you like a total, I'd look at the New York Islanders team total over, because I don't know how the Red Wings are going to do against Sorokin. I think we see some struggles out of them. If they give us enough goals to help us push over, I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't love putting my money and having faith in the Red Wings today. The New York Rangers and the Boston Bruins, you guys, I got to go under with this. I know some of you going over with this game expecting a shootout, and I could absolutely see it, but I do expect defenses to really show up. I expect us to start looking at these teams, how we're going to see them play in the playoffs, more defensive play. We've got really solid defenses on both sides of the puck. We've got outstanding goaltending with Igor Shesterkin and Ullmark. I would look at both of their save shots on goal tonight. I do like Ullmark's save shots over that 26.5. You got to take 27.5 for Igor for the over, and I do think both of them come out and go over those save shots because I do see the shots coming in, but I'm relying on the goaltending in this one. And then the last game, you guys, we got to go with the Colorado Avalanche over the Dallas Stars to get the win. I swear this is a team that could come out of the West again with the Avs. Just if this team can stay healthy, they are the dominant team in the West. They are minus 111 here on the money line, and I love it. They won the last matchup 4-1. And the Dallas Stars, I just don't have a lot of confidence in this team. They've won their last two, but their last win over the Chicago Blackhawks 5-2. Not a big deal. Calgary on deck on Monday. We have the Avs. We caught them in a bad scheduling spot in their last game versus the Devils. They lost that one. They're eager. They're hungry. They will bounce back. Cale Makar is back on the ice. Look for those block shots on goal, something I have not been able to find on my book this season, you guys, and it's really frustrating for me because I used to bet the block shots on goal for Cale Makar a lot. We're not getting them anymore on the couple of books that I use. So if you guys are rolling with some block shots on goal on your books, let everyone know where you can get them, because Cale Makar taking his over block shots on goal was a money maker last season. So super sad to see that limited. But you guys, those are the bets. If you want to parlay anything, I would parlay the Avs and, oh man, the Islanders. Avs and Islanders, that's a parlay. You cashed with me, Stevie. I'm so excited to hear that. Now, I will be doing a college basketball quick pick video again today, so you guys make sure you stay tuned for that. I got 6 bets out already, 2 clients. I tell you, I am so excited for college basketball today. A couple of home dogs barking. You guys think of Oklahoma plus the 2.5. I think they can get it done in this one. I also like Richmond's team total over 67.5. So that's where I'm going, you guys. A couple of quick college basketball picks, but I will be throwing out my college basketball quick picks later today. And Canes first period was money, and I wish the Kraken had cashed in the first period too, because that was beautiful plus money. Weren't able to get it done, but they did get the win on the game. I tell you, I've been stressing these games. It's been crazy. So you guys, I will be back. I will do another Pocket with Joe. Give me about an hour to go over the rest of these games. Got a couple more to cap here. So hit that notification bell so it goes off. But let's plan for 1:30 Eastern. I will be back here. You guys have a wonderful start to your day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.